Good morning. Here we go. Buckle up for what is about to prove to be a wild ride here for the next 2 hours here on Undisputed for two reasons. Number one, we do have 2 hours worth of knockdown, drag-out debates lined up. And number two, and more important, this is the first morning on Undisputed here from my home studio that my wife, Ernestine, is running my camera solo. She's doing it all by herself. And unfortunately, we did have a little tiff last night. So if somebody suddenly telestrates a mustache and glasses on me, you'll know exactly where that came from. But seriously, Ernestine is great. She shoots all of my videos, including the infamous throw the Zeke jersey in the trash can video. So I am in great hands here at my house this morning. But on the other hand, Shannon Sharp probably has his quarantine staff of 30 up there in his palatial estate way up the hill in Bel Air. Good morning to you and your staff, Shannon Sharp.
Good morning, Skip. I have a quarantine of 5. They've been here the whole while. Look, man, I'm trying to win a sports Emmy. So all I can do to win a sports Emmy, this is what I'm going to continue to do. But Skip, before I go any further, today is a very special day for me. Today is my brother's birthday. So I want to tell big bro, I love you. Happy birthday and enjoy the day.
Happy birthday, Sterling Sharp, the better football player of the Sharp brothers. Way to go, Sterling Sharp. Shannon Sharp and I today. Go ahead. Yeah, I did. That's true. Way to go. So today, Shannon and I are going to go at it over, number one, whether the Bruce Arians philosophy of win or lose, we booze will drive Tom Brady crazy. And then we're going to go at it over whether Zeke will now turn into Todd Gurley or Emmitt Smith, as I hope. And also, we will go at it over who would win an NBA horse tournament contest. And speaking of H-O-R-S-E, horse, when I first read over the weekend that ESPN is working with the NBA to perhaps televise a horse competition between NBA players, my first thought was, wonder who would have won a horse contest or who hypothetically would won one between LeBron James in his prime and Michael Jordan in his prime. So Shannon Sharp, start us off here by telling the truth. Who would win that competition?
Skip, look, a horse is about being able to make shots, being creative, and doing things that your opponent feels uncomfortable doing. Now, I don't know how many people actually know this, but LeBron James is a natural lefty. The only thing that he does right-handed is shoot a basketball. Throws a pass, shoot a basketball. Everything else, he writes his name, his left hand in his dominant hand. So he would feel very comfortable making shots, something other than a layup, with his left hand. Now, people are like, LeBron's a terrible shooter. But through the course of his career, now remind you, I think he's played 2 or 3 more years already than Michael played. He is a better three-point shooter than Michael Jordan because you're going to have to be able to shoot from distance, Skip. Anybody that, and we're going to talk about this a little later, anybody in the current NBA that would engage in this, you're going to have to be able to make pretty much half-court shots probably 2 or 3 times out of 10 shots because that's what the great shooters in the NBA can currently do. But back to Michael and LeBron. LeBron is a better outside shooter from the distance than Michael Jordan. Skip, did you know 3 times that Michael Jordan shot under 30% from the three-point line in his career? Under 30%. Michael did that. His last year, that great year that you talked about, his last year in Chicago, Skip, he shot 24% from the three-point line. Is that good? Now you tell, the GOAT. The GOAT. They haven't moved the three-point line further back. So what you see guys routinely, the ice trade, Trae Young and Steph Curry and Dame Lillard and even LeBron has turned into a logo shooting three-point guy. The three-point line isn't any further back. Michael Jordan shot 24%. Even the great Lonzo Ball has a higher three-point percentage than that. Skip, you have poisoned the water so bad, you've got people thinking, not only can LeBron not shoot from distance, but LeBron isn't clutch. when we know that to be true. LeBron has more playoff buzzer beaters than Michael Jordan. He has more clutch shots, NBA defined clutch as 5 minutes or less, playoff shots than Michael Jordan. So for me, and I know you want to, obviously it would be no contest now, but in their prime, I'm taking LeBron. Now, the only thing I would say is that we're going to make this a straight up game of horse. None of this Michael Jordan shenanigans thing. You know what I'm talking about, because Michael is a gambler. And Michael will lure you in, and he doesn't gamble for $10, $15. He gambles for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And, so we want no part of that. We're going to play a straight game of horse, HORSE, and that's it. No side bets, none of that other stuff, Mike. LeBron taking him down, Skip.
Okay, it is my turn. My first takeaway is this would be a complete and utter mismatch. I believe that if this were on national TV under huge pressure with the world watching, this could be internationally televised because this would be epic. I believe LeBron would lose this competition HORSE to 0. I believe LeBron would get no letters on Michael, while Michael got 5 quick letters on LeBron, and it would be a wipe out. And I'll start out by telling you why. Let's go left-handed. Let's go ambidextrous. I once witnessed, after a Bulls practice, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, for what was probably hundreds of thousands of dollars even in 1998, in a post-practice free throw shooting competition with several other Bulls, and Michael was shooting the free throws left-handed, blindfolded, and wiping out everybody. Nobody could touch him because he was swishing left-handed free throws blindfolded. So don't give me LeBron ambidextrous. I got it. But that would mean nothing in this competition because Michael wasn't just good with his left hand. He was great with his left hand. So now let's go to three-point shooting. Do you remember some of the clutchest three-point shooting you ever witnessed? How about game 1 in the 92 finals against the Portland Trailblazers? Do you remember the shrug game? Just look it up on YouTube. For all of you young viewers who don't know what I'm talking about, just YouTube it. Just type in Michael Jordan shrug game, and you'll see him shrugging because he made 1, and then he made 2, and then he made 3, 4, 5, 6. He made 6 in a row to start the NBA Finals in the first half. Lord have mercy, Shannon. Under pressure, this guy was deadly from 3. And by the way, your numbers can get skewed over his career because nobody even valued or emphasized the three-point shot. I can throw this at you. 95, 96. Again, he's taking very low volume as compared to LeBron James, but he shot 43% from 3 in 95, 96. So let's look, shall we, at LeBron James? He is average at best from 3, and I can show you numbers that scream he's way below average as a high-volume three-point shooter, because if we look at the 32 players who have shot 373s this year, that's 370 or more, he ranks 32. He's 28th of those 32 this year. If we go at career, he's a 34% three-point shooter as LeBron James. Of the 37 players who have taken 4,000 or more in their career, wait a second, LeBron ranks 34th? Wow, 34th of 37, high volume. And of the 93 who have shot 3,000 or more, the 43, he's 25th of that. So my point is, when you go high volume, he's a lousy three-point shooter. So under pressure, and again, this would be trash-talking pressure against what I believe is to be the greatest trash talker ever. LeBron would have no chance, because what would Michael do right off the bat, Shannon? He would take him to the free throw line. They're called free throws. LeBron is simply the worst clutch time free throw shooter of superstars in NBA history. So Michael could just go to the free throw line and he'd probably make one left-handed, but that wouldn't, again, I'm with you. Don't shoot gimmick shots. Just shoot it right-handed and make them. What does LeBron do notoriously under pressure? He misses free throws. So Michael could beat him at horse. He could HORSE just from the free throw line. So this would be a wipeout. And I didn't even get to Michael's specialty, which is mid-range jump shooting. There have been very few any better than Michael at mid-range hold-the-pose jump shots, which is LeBron's weakness. It's the big glaring hole in his game. He doesn't shoot many mid-range jumpers. I know he's got that fadeaway he shoots, but Michael just goes straight up, holds the pose, makes the shot. Yeah. So, again, Shannon, I just gave you 3 ways that Michael would murder LeBron in a horse contest.
Well, Skip, you keep talking about, well, if they national televise these games. Well, the NBA Finals, last I checked, they televise basketball games. The NBA Finals and the playoffs and regular season games are on television. But here's the thing, Skip, if you don't mind me asking, how many game-winning threes have Michael Jordan made in his playoff career?
Well, he didn't take them. He didn't need to take them. I know one. I know a jump shot that he made at Utah because I was sitting on the front row, press row. He held the pose against Brian Russell to win the game 6 and close it out. Has LeBron ever done that?
Everybody in the NBA is hitting a game-winning jump shot or a layup. I'm saying a game-winning 3, like he did against Orlando, like he did against Indiana,